everyone, it's Andy. My pronouns are they, them, and I am the crowstitcher here on YouTube and over on Instagram. Um, oh shit, I forgot to look at what, is this 7? Flosstube 7? Um, I'm still sort of not really quite all here. I had a migraine yesterday, so prepare for even more chaos. Um, But yeah, it is May the 14th. It is a Tuesday. And welcome to everyone who is returning. I really appreciate you for returning to all the chaos. For anyone who's new and found my channel, thank you so much for stopping by and checking it out. I talk about all cross stitch here. So yeah, prepare yourself for all the things. Um, it's May, obviously. Welcome. So I am doing the 24 new starts in May for the Fandom Stitching Central group on Facebook. So there will be a lot of new starts that you will see today. And then I do have some that I had progress extra. I don't even know. Obviously, there's progress, but a lot of them are going to be new starts and not going to look like much. Uh, but the first one I have to show you was a new start and a finish, so a staff, and it is from the Spellbound Stitches. I oh gosh, I did get this as the pack, so I got the booklet and all the Cosmo Floss. It's the first time ever working with Cosmo Floss, y'all, and I love it. I had to look up what it was made of because it felt kind of like silk, but it's 100% Egyptian cotton. Um, anyway, so it's six, I think six designers that all came together and used the same floss colors, Cosmo Floss, and did some small patterns using the floss. Um, all the patterns are on the back there. There we go. So I did this one, which should come as no surprise. But it's Lunar Crow by Fine Frog Stitching, and I did this for Murder May, hashtag Murder May, hosted by the Wicked Cat Stitch, and a number of us are joining in. And anything Stitch Raven, crows, gravestones, skulls, skeletons, knives, axe, whatever, anything to do with murder. Bex Bin is doing one of her pieces she chose is poison. So obviously, right? Anything to do with murder. And so this was my staff. And I did this on I did this on Primrose Moments. It's a 14 count Ada by River Hut Designs that was in my stash, and it's big enough that I can, well, this is the fabric first of all. But it's big enough that I can do multiple on here. Let me get my I just knocked a whole bunch of shit over. Anyway, I can do multiple of the patterns on here, and then I think I'm going to cut them out and make a pendant. What are those called? Where it's like the string with a bunch of pendants. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know words. But this is my finish. I loved stitching this so much. Y'all, look at the moon. Like, the great, ugh. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. I think they are, it was sold out, but I think I saw this morning that they are getting more of the booklets printed, and I think getting a few more of the Cosmo flosses packs. So if you are interested in that book, I highly recommend it. I think I'm gonna do, oh god, I'm gonna do all of them. I think I might do this one from Bad Stitch next. But they are just so beautiful. Um, Highly recommend it. And I got, so these are the flosses that I used for that. I all have them all in my bags. And this is a shower curtain, a shower curtain ring. Y'all, I got this idea from Vicky, the Virginia Stitcher. I will tag her below. Great. Such a kind human being, has beautiful, beautiful projects. I look forward to, I think she does once a month or tries to do once a month. And I look forward to her updates so much. Just such a lovely, lovely human. But she had this idea of, instead of the rings, like the traditional rings, like these are a couple bucks, a buck something, couple bucks per ring, right? And she shared this on her last Flosstube. I'll link the video below too if I remember to. I got a pack of 60 of these, 60 of these for like $6. And obviously you can't fit as much on there, but if you're doing a smaller project that doesn't need that many, it works perfectly. And then you just open it and close it up. Great idea, Vicky. I loved it. So that's my finish. I'm gonna keep that out because I want to do the others. Okay, the next one, and I'm using it, trying to record differently today so that maybe the quality might be a bit better. So I don't have my Stream Deck to pop up the pictures, so I will try to figure out how to edit and put the pictures up. But if not, you've seen this before if you've watched my videos, y'all. This is My Body, My Choice. All others can fuck off. And it is designed by my friend JB at Just Because Creative, and I'm doing the test stitch for it, so you have seen this before. I do want to get this done. So it looks like I got a lot done. And I did. Except there would have been more. This was my candle making project. And still is my candle making project. I will work on this while I make my candles until it's done. But I got off by one up here. And if it was just for me, I would have just fudged it and kept going. But it is a test stitch. And I didn't want to do that. So I had a frog, all of this, and then this to get up, to back up to here. So I had to frog it all. I did post the on my Instagram. It took me a long time to frog that. That was a few hundred stitches. And then I put it all back in. And then I was able to do more. So I did end up, further along than I was before the frog. But still, we all know frogs suck and we don't want to do them. And it takes such a long time to undo shit and then have to put it all right back in. But again, it was a test stitch, and it's a test stitch, and I wanted to make it right and not fudge it. So I have the B almost done. I think there's one more line at the bottom of the B. And I was able to get a lot done on this. It took me a couple days, maybe a day and a half frogging. And by a day and a half, I mean while I was working on the candles. So it wasn't solid working, it was going back and forth on the frogging. But then Saturday, I had a show. One of the bookshops that sells, one of the local bookshops that sells my candles, had because my candles are murder mystery themed, they had an event called Ice Cream for Murder, and they had a bunch of murder authors, like murder mystery, true crime, cozy mystery, all kinds of authors come in, and it was an event. And so she is such a kind. If any of you are ever in Mechanicsburg and you like murder mysteries, go check out the Mechanicsburg Mystery Bookshop, Pennsylvania, Mechanicsburg, PA. Forget, not everyone knows where I am. Mechanicsburg, PA. If you're ever in the area and you like cozy mystery or murder mysteries, go check them out. Deb, who runs the bookshop, is such a kind woman, and she lets me go to the event for free and sell my candles. But they do have events throughout the day where like they can meet all the authors and everything. So I'm not constantly working. I do have a lot of downtime. So I was able to take this and work on it, and that's why I was able to get all of that be finished, or almost finished. It's because I had a lot of time during that downtime. So this is going to stay out because, like I said, it is a test stitch. It is my candle making project, and I want to get it done for JB. Okay, next was a new start. It was not a planned new start. I did sub one of my planned May starts for this piece. This is a free pattern by Modern Folk Embroidery, and it came out, I want to say maybe last Wednesday. It is still on the Modern Folk Embroidery website, so if you want it, it is still there. And Jacob went through, and there's a whole lovely description of why he designed this and etc. Here it is. It's Free Palestine. I can show you a picture because I do have it on my tablet. And I did sub. Except that doesn't work. Hold on, give me a second. It says, Free Palestine, are we not their brothers and sisters? Let me see if I can get a better picture. It didn't really... Bear with me. There we go. There we go. Except I want to see the... Can I not zoom out? Okay, I don't think I can zoom out, but it says Free Palestine, are we not their brothers and sisters? 2024. So that's what it will look like. Obviously there's no green in the pattern. It is just black and red, but I added green for the Palestinian flag. And I am using a 666 DMC for the red, 310 for the black, and then I had this in my stash, so I'm using it. It was, for me, I thought the perfect green, and it was in my stash. Like I said, I thought it would make a nice little addition. It is Pickle Relish by Classic Colorworks. It's the Belsois, so it is silk. And I obviously am not going to need all of this, but I had it in my stash, so I'm using it. And so that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to get this finished as well. This will stay out. And then I think I'm going to make it into a hanger, like a hang it. I'm also thinking about adding some beads. So I'm going to go through my stash and see if I have black beads I can steal from something. I'm pretty sure I do. Or some sort of bead that would match, and put in the center of all of these motifs going down the sides. And then, I don't know, see if I can add anywhere else. But thank you, Jacob, for putting that out and sharing that with everyone and making it free. So like I said, if you are interested in stitching that, it is on the Modern Folk Embroidery website, and I will try to remember to link that below. So that will stay out. So far, everything I'm showing you is staying out. That's unusual for me. I am at 32% on that, so I'm coming along. There's only 6,000 some stitches. So, yeah. Next was a new start yesterday for May, and this is the LGBT Pride Quaker flag by Vivian Powers, and I'm stitching it 2/1 full cross on 16 count Aida. It is in the colorway Fairy Mist by Fabric Flare, so it is a printed fabric, and I am loving it. I worked on it. I started it yesterday. It was my new start for yesterday, and I worked on it more this morning just because I'm loving it so much. And I started the top right. First of all, let me just kind of show you the fabric. I don't know. Can you see that? It's like a pastel, rainbowy, cloudy fabric, and I thought the flag would look really lovely on here. But I did a top right start, and if I can wrangle the fabric, this is my start. And I just love the colors. I love how the colors pop on the fabric. So it's still, the fabric has obviously the same colorways of the rainbow, but it's pastel. So it's like, it's got the same colors, but it obviously a different hue, not hue. What's the word I'm looking for? Density? I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. So it's the same colors, but they really pop off. So it brings them forward, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I love it. I got to, I don't know. What did I get to? 2 something, I think. 2.16% on the LGBT Quaker flag. And this is by Vivian Powers. Like I said, she's got a whole bunch of flags. I'm also stitching the Ukrainian flag because of the war still going on in Ukraine. I've seen a lot of people stitch, you know, the US flag, the Canadian flag, Australian flag, Union Jack, like all that kind of, all those. So there are quite a lot of flags. And I think she will also, if there's a flag that is not there that you want, I think she'll make it for you. If you just contact her. I think there's a couple people that said that she did that for them. So go for it. The next one was a new start for May for my Fandom Stitching Central, and this was Raven by Yasmin's Made with Love. I'm stitching it 2/1 with 14 count Aida in the colorway Salem 1692 by Witch's Garden Crafts. And I'm using the thread I'm using is, I can put these on on a shower rod, shower curtain hoop, hook thing. But I'm using Liberty by the Gentle Art. So, this was a new start. I'm also stitching this for Murder May. And this was not a planned start originally, so I did switch it out. And this is what it looks like. And this is how far I got. I did a top left start. And I love how this is looking on this. Look at this fabric. Ah, yes. I love how this is popping. I just can't. It's gorgeous. So I'm obviously not at the Raven yet. But I did switch this out for one of my other May planned starts. So I could start this for Murder May. So I think I'm going to leave this out as well. Because Murder May, I completely just missed. This was another start for May. This was one of my original planned ones. I just almost showed you the pattern. This was, oh wait, did I start this last time and already show you? I think I did, because I remember explaining about how I found the fabric, or not the fabric, the picture from Pompeii on Facebook. So this was not a new start. I just worked on this again. It is Beware of Dog by Night Spirit Studio, and it was their August Patreon pattern. And I'm stitching it 2/1 on 14 count red Aida. And this is how far I got. So I think since you saw it last time, I've finished this up here, did all of this, and then did most of this. I love this piece. I don't know what it is about it, but I can't stitch it enough. Like, I keep going back to it. And honestly, if there wasn't the Free Palestine piece, this would probably already be finished or close to a finish. So I think I'm going to keep that up. Next was a new start for Fandom Stitching Central for May. And it is Coven Sweet Coven by the Witchy Stitcher, and I think it's a free pattern. I think it's a free pattern. If you go on the Witchy Stitcher website, don't quote me on it, but I think it is. So if you like it, go on and check it out. And this was my start. It's a small start. I chose the 200 stitch tier to do 200 stitches to count for a start, and so I did just over that, 200 and something, 30 something. Doesn't really like the purple, but that's my start. It's going to be a nice quick stitch. I'm stitching it 2/2 full cross on 28 count linen in the colorway Huntress by Picture This Plus, which is just scrap that I had left over from something else. So it's kind of this weird L shape. So I'll be able to fit Coven Sweet Coven over here and then still have this bit left over to do something else with. I don't know. I'll figure it out. So that's Coven Sweet Coven, and I have nothing else to say about that. I don't know why I kept going. I have nothing else to say about that. The next one I worked on for Murder May, and I also worked on for some of the monthly prompts for Phantom Stitching Central. I chose the Xena, stop licking your paw. Yeah, I see you. Don't wag your tail. Yeah, you know. You know you're not supposed to be doing that. I chose the Disney Plus BAP option for a couple of the monthly prompts. So I worked on this. It's Crow Among Purple Flowers. This is just so gorgeous. So gorgeous. I love how this is charted. It's charted by the Cross Stitch Studio, and the artist is Simonetta Zambelli. And I got to 1.13%. So I put in a lot. I still have to do more to finish a prompt, but I did put in a lot since you've last seen it. And this is what it looks like now. There we go. So I filled in all the confetti over here, did all, like, most of this down here, came over, did all this, and then just kept filling in. So it's a top, and then did this down here. So it's a top left start. Excuse me, I need some water. It's a top left start. My Snoopy. It is. Civilization is overrated. Couldn't agree with you more, Snoopy. So I did a top left start. I think I still have, I'm doing 1200. I think I still have about half of that, about 600 to do left for the prompt I'm working on at the moment. And it does count for Murder May because it's a crow, even though I'm not stitching the crow. I'm not there yet, but you know, you gotta stitch all the other stuff first to get there. So I did a lot of confetti and a lot of filling in, and I just think looks so beautiful. The purple colors aren't really quite showing up too well on the camera, but trust me, it's really pretty. So that's gonna stay out because I need to finish the prompt. Next was another, I should open this now because it takes a bit of time. It is As Above, So Below by Night Spirit Studio. I believe it was a Patreon pattern. And this was also for Murder May. This was already planned to be a start for May, so I didn't have to switch it out for anything, but this counts for Murder May as well. It's a crypt, and it will say As Above, So Below. And I got to 8.79% on this, so it will be a nice, let me show you the picture. It will be a nice quick stitch. Let me get this so you can see most of it. And this is what it looks like. So I did use that for a Murder May start and a Mayhem start. And this is as far as I got. But that's, like I said, 8%. I'm doing it 2/1 on a 14 count black Aida. And I love it. The greens in there. Next time I stitch it, I'll get to some greens, and I can't wait. It'll be nice. Okay. And then the last one was a new start for May that I did also switch out. It doesn't really count for Murder May, but I just wanted to start it, so I switched out and started it. It's Samhain, by Carolyn Manning Designs. So this also counts for Manning May. And I think there's also Manning Monday. And I did a top left start. This is, I think, an 18 count Ada. I'm not sure, that I coffee and tea dyed myself. And this is as far as I got. It was, again, just the 200 some stitches to count for the new start. I love the colors. I can't wait to get further in it. The fabric is, I don't even know where I got it. The fabric's really soft. So it's a bit, you know, I kind of have to pay a bit more attention to where I'm putting the needle, but. So that's all the progress and all the things I did. Well, I guess most of them were new starts, not really progress, but that's everything I did this last week. So this coming week is going to be, oh, nope, that is not everything I did. I lied. I'm a lying liar who lies. I also worked on Cruella. Let me put this behind her though. Let me show you the whole what she'll look like. Anyone, if you've been here before, you know what it is, but if you're new, I want you to be able to see what she'll look like in all her glory when she's finished in 20 years' time. You know. It's loading. Okay. So this is what she will look like. Come on. This is Stained Glass Crow by Sharova Creations. I think you can still get it. I don't think it's retired. And I chose the 600 by 600. I think. There was also a 999 by 999. But I chose the 600 by 600. And I call her Cruella. And I'm stitching her for the yearly prompts for the Phantom Stitching Central. If you use the same piece to stitch on all of the prompts, you get extra points. So I'm doing that, obviously. And so I got to 8.26% on her, and I think I'm still on the first prompt, the first villain, and I think I only have, let me put this behind so it's a little bit easier to see. I think I only have, oh my gosh, 500 left to stitch, and then I can move on to the next 4,000. So I did a lot of the tree branches in here. I filled in more of the blue in here, which you can't really see. I filled in more of this purple over here and going down. And then this is 939 in here and kind of more in here. So I just kind of went all over this area, just filling in more confetti, filling in more holes. So I think what I'm going to do is when I finish this 4,000, I'm going to move somewhere else on her so I don't get too bored working in the same spot. And that is all that I worked on. So for this coming week, it's going to be, again, a lot more starts because I'm only on I still have 12 more new starts to do for the month for the Phantom Stitching Central. And then, yeah, just going to work more on the Free Palestine piece, try to get that done. And the Beware of Dog piece, try to get that done. The Crow Among Purple Flowers, whose name is Crowley, I forgot to tell you that. His name's Crowley. To finish the prompts for that. So a lot of the same pieces and a bunch of new starts. But I do have some treasures to show you. So if you don't want to see my treasures, thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed all my whips and new starts and all the things. And I'm up to 91 total whips. I had 90 and I had it stopped at 90, but then the Free Palestine came out, and then, so that made it 91. So I want to try to start ticking some off of that. But I hope you enjoyed everything you saw today, and I will be back next week. I usually post on Mondays. I'm a bit late this week because of my migraine, but I'll be back next Monday, so I'll see you then. But if you would like to see my haul, I call it treasures, but lots of people refer to it as haul. But for anyone who might be new, when I say treasures and you don't know what I'm talking about, it's haul, basically. I kind of got a lot. I want a bit extra. Okay. A lot of you have seen these quirky Quakers by Darling and Whimsy. I'm quite sure. I couldn't. This is the quirky Quaker cauldron. That's hard to say. Say that 3 times fast. Quirky Quaker cauldron. Ma'am, this is Xena. Do you all want to meet Xena? Xena, do you want to come up and say hi? Come on. Come on. Come up here. She said, hi, Xena. Yes, it's my baby girl. Yes, my baby girl. He's a vicious killer. I know. But this is Xena. I know you can only see her nose and her head, but I can't really turn the camera around. I know. Yes. Okay, can I continue now, please? Can I continue? Okay, thank you. But I couldn't say no to that one. So I got that. That was my first treasure. My next treasure is Dark Flame from the Frony, I don't know how to say that, Ritter Designs. And I couldn't say no to this either. I'm going to stitch this. I know I don't do as many craft shows and shows as I used to. I'm cutting back, but I still do some, and I'm going to stitch this to put on my table when I go to shows to sell my candles, so for some table design or decoration. The next one is Celestial Symphony by Joan Elliott Design, and I fell in love with this immediately. The Soul, the Lune, and L'Etoile. The Sun, the Moon, and the Stars. This is White Winter Moth by Kathy Barrick. And I'll probably change some colors on here. Oh crap. The stitches that look black are actually a dark green, and I think I'm going to change it. I might actually make it black or something similar. I just dropped all my stuff. Okay, the next one is Stardust by Carriage House Samplings. And I got this. I mean, this needs really no explanation as to why I would want this. That also might be a Murder Maze start. I don't know. The next one is Gargoyle's Mansion by Stitch Sprout. Love the colors in that. Okay, these next two are by Stitchy Princess, who is a Ukrainian designer. And this is the Baba Yaga, the Woodland Witch. I should have taken him out of the bags. There we go. Katerina, Stitchy Princess. She's Stitchy Princess Black on Instagram and on Etsy, I believe. And then also from her, I got Bunnies and Pumpkin, which I'm going to stitch to put it out for Ostara. And in the fall. It really could go fall or spring. And then the last treasure I got is Mushroom Dreams by Barbara Anna Designs. There's a lot of these in the Dreams, the whatever series. And this is the one I liked. It's a tree with mushrooms and there's keys. Oh, love it. So those are all of my treasures. That's all I have to show you today. If anyone would like to join in on Murder May, hashtag Murder May, it is hosted by Wicked Cat Stitch. Again, crows, ravens, tombstones, skulls, anything to do with murder. Ghosts, poison, anything. Join in on Instagram. Just use the hashtag Murder May. I'll put Kat's YouTube and Instagram below. No, I'll save that for next time, because then I'll be backwards. So thank you all for joining. Today was a bit everywhere. Like I said, I had a migraine yesterday, and I'm still a bit spacey from it. But if you like what you see, please make sure you like the video, subscribe, click the little bell button. When I get to 500 followers, I will be doing a giveaway. So, spread the word, share the love. Thank you all so much for being here. Your support has been wonderful. Happy stitching, and I'll see you next week.